we all should be here to fulfill our passion and our purpose because that makes us help other people and just makes to me it makes the world a better place. If you're really doing what you're passionate about, you're happier, you feel more content, and you feel that you have a mission and a purpose in life.
Yeah, and you again, you hit on a very important thing. You're making a difference.
Hmm.
I really feel that one of our purposes of being on this planet at this time is to help others to get through, not only get through, but to be joyous on their journey.
Hmm.
Because we're all on a journey. We know where the journey ends, pretty
Hmm.
much. But on this journey, the best that we can do, I think, is to help others, to be supportive of others, and also to be an inspiration to others. You're listening to Entrepreneur Journeys, where I share insights and strategies based on owning and managing businesses while traveling and living on 3 continents. I also interview business owners about their journey, what they learned along the way, and how that can help you with your business growth. For more resources to accelerate your entrepreneur journey, head over to gapologist.com, where I share resources, events, community, and more. I'm your host, Joe Matz. Let's get started. Hello, hello. Today I have with us Pat Little. And Pat Little has a very inspiring story. She's been on the mountaintop, she's been in the valley and back to the mountaintop. And we're going to get into all of that. What she does today is to help people be inspired. So if they're in the valley, they can get back on top of the mountain. Pat, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Joe, for having me as one of your guests. I'm very honored. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we could figure this out today.
I'm
So, where do you hail from today, Pat?
in Vancouver, Canada,
Oh, beautiful,
and
beautiful.
the sun's shining. It's a beautiful day here.
I know you have short summers up there, so
Yeah,
I'm
very
glad
short,
you're enjoying
very
the day.
short.
Great. Well, on entrepreneurial journeys, we talk about the journey that folks have because we're all on a journey and we've all been places, we've all done things, we've all had experiences, and they're unique, but they can be also inspiring. And folks who are listening to us can find commonalities in that story and learn lessons from your own entrepreneurial journey. So if you're listening today, hold on tight because we've got a story for you. Great. Now, Pat, I have
Yes.
a question for you. I'd like to ask all my guests when you were in junior high or elementary school or high school, was there any indication that you would have your own business?
God, no. That was 100 years ago. It wasn't even invented then.
So you grew up like most people thinking you were going to go get a job.
Yeah, or get married and have kids in a white picket fence and mhm.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Well, I've heard of that in the US. I didn't know that was a Canadian kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's worldwide.
Okay. Yeah. So what happened when you got out of school? What did you start doing?
Oh boy, a long time ago, I worked at a grocery store, and then I worked at a Woodward's a long time ago at a department store and that. And then years ago, well, God, be 40 years ago now. My daughter's 41. I went through my divorce with my, well, now ex-husband, of course, and we had built 4 houses together. So somebody said to, and I didn't know what to do. I'd been home being a mom and a look after the house and stuff. And in those days, it's when the computers come out. I didn't have a clue how that even operated. So I ended up taking this women's reentry course. It was good. So that's and then somebody said, "Well, why don't you go into real estate? You know how to build houses." I thought, okay. So that's how I got into real estate, and I was in real estate for 24 years.
Wow.
Mhm.
Now, were you working for a company or did you have your own company?
Oh no, I was worked for a company. The last company I was with was Remax.
Okay. Yeah. Now we
Mhm.
have those Remax. I guess they're franchises, type of
Oh, they're
franchises.
they're all franchises. Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. So you had an individual owner and I imagine a number of agents in the office.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was that experience like?
I I like that part of working with people and helping people because that's what I like doing. And I was really good at the law because you got to know a lot about the law because it's all the contracts and all that kind of stuff. And but I wasn't really passionate about the real estate industry. It wasn't really, I wasn't feeling, never felt like I was really doing my purpose and my mission in life.
Hmm.
I mean, people were happy in that, but to me, it wasn't filling me up for what I wanted to really do. But I did it for 24 years. I really didn't know what else to do with myself at that time.
Yeah, I think you hit on a very key point, Pat, where folks are not passionate and they don't feel like they're making the difference that they can
Mm-hmm.
make or getting that fulfillment that they feel like something is missing, like there's a void there. But
Mm-hmm.
the question is, what else am I going to do? And I think fear will hold people back also. Fear of
Mm-hmm.
the unknown. I have a job, and in the US, the thing that many folks are taught is to basically internalize this dialogue of, well, at least I have a job, at least I'm getting a paycheck. And I think a
Yeah.
lot of people go through that.
Mhm. They
They're just
do.
go
They
ahead.
do. They do. But in some ways, I mean, it's some security too for them,
Mhm.
but it's kind of sad because we all should be here to fulfill our passion and our purpose because that makes us help other people and just to me, it makes the world a better place. If you're really doing what you're passionate about, you're happier, you feel more content, and you feel that you have a mission and a purpose in life.
Yeah, and you again, you hit on a very important thing. You're making a difference.
Hmm.
I really feel that one of our purposes of being on this planet at this time is to help others to get through, not only get through, but to be joyous on their journey.
Hmm.
Because we're all on a journey. We know where the journey ends, pretty
Hmm.
much. But on this journey, the best that we can do, I think, is to help others, to be supportive of others, and also to be an inspiration to others. Would you like to get in front of more of your ideal clients and at the same time build your brand and create evergreen content? Well, you can do that with podcast guesting. This very moment, you're listening to a podcast that may have been published today or 3 weeks ago or 3 years ago. In a very real sense, you're engaging with the speakers, hopefully enjoying yourself and learning something new at the same time. And you're getting to know the guest and how they help their clients, their customers, and the problems that they solve. You may even be their ideal client and want to learn more about them and download one of their free resources you can find in the show notes, or maybe even become a client of theirs. See, when you're a guest on a podcast, you will enjoy that same kind of engagement. It is perhaps the easiest, most cost effective way to get in front of new audiences. Learn how you can be a guest on the right podcast and engage with your ideal clients with the free resources available at gapologist.com. So when you're down in the valley, and we'll get into that, it's hard to be an inspiration to someone. So and this reminds me, one of the best quotes I ever heard was about being a grandparent and what a grandparent can teach their grandchildren. And it's quote this, well, how do I say it? And it's this quote, how to be healthy, wealthy, and happy, just like me.
Hmm.
And that's the lesson that grandparents can teach their children.
Hmm.
But to do that, you've got to be pretty much on top of it. You've got to be healthy. You got to be wealthy. You got to be happy, right?
Yeah, yeah, they all. It's a good combo.
It
Yeah,
is a good combo. So what?
yeah,
So you were in real estate now for 24 years.
yes.
Then what happened?
Well, I really believe I ended up getting breast cancer, and I think it's because there again I wasn't living my full potential and what I really wanted to do, and I think the cancer stopped me in my tracks
Hmm.
because, and so in some ways I look back at it now, it was almost a gift to me because it opened up another door for me to walk through to do something different. It because when I ended up with the breast cancer, of course, I was in real estate And of course, if you're not selling, you're not making any money. Every time you just finish selling something, you're unemployed all the time till you sell the next place.
Hmm.
So of course, there's no pension. There's nothing like that behind it at all. And of course, I'm on my own in that, which is that's okay. But anyway, I ended up. Time went by, and of course, I was having surgery and treatments and all that stuff. And I think the big thing with me too, yes, I was going through the not well on that, but emotionally, I didn't really want to fight and get back into real estate because I just didn't want to do it. I guess I was wore out.
Yeah, and it
Yeah, I just
sounds
just
like, yeah,
yeah,
that was a new chapter. You
yeah,
were
it was,
ready.
it was. And I think, and why would I push myself when I know deep down in me that really wasn't what I want to do. So I thought, well, I'll just see what this is all about. And then I was introduced to a company, and the gentleman told me that it was going to be opening up in Canada soon. And that was 10 years ago now. I've been with this company. And I looked at an ABC primetime investigation report that was done. And I thought, this looks pretty good. And I've always been an advocate on health, always. And so I looked at this and I thought, this looks pretty good. And it was about the same time my license was coming up for renewal. And of course, I had no money anyway at that point. So how could I give the real estate board another $2,000? So I just jumped on board with this other company. And when we opened and launched Canada, yeah, no, it has been totally easy, but it was a better journey than what I was on. And it's
So,
given me it's given me more fulfillment of what I'm doing now and my passion and my purpose.
so now when you had cancer, obviously that took you out of the real estate business because you couldn't do real estate,
No.
and you won that battle. And we
Yeah.
don't have to get into what kind of a fight that was, but I'm sure it was some level of battle. Do
Yeah.
you think that that gave you the courage to step out of a safe place and start with this new company?
Could have done. I just thought, well, the real estate, I wasn't passionate about it for 24 years. So why would I even try to keep going at it?
Hmm.
So I always believe when one door closes, another one opens. But sometimes we just got to walk through that door and see what's on the other side because it could be something really cool.
Right.
Yeah, or it could, who knows? I always like to know what's going on because if you don't know, how do you say no to something you don't know? You
Okay.
know? So I looked at this and I thought this looks like maybe something I could do. And I'm not going to do the real estate anymore, and that's what I chose. And it could have pushed me from one place to another, but I just knew that this real estate thing really wasn't helping me emotionally, my health. It just was. I was wore out.
Yeah. And it was over. It sounded
Yeah,
like it.
it was over.
Yeah. And some things happens. I mean, along the journey, we do many things, and not everything sticks with us all through our
Yeah,
life. Some things, some people, some activities, some locations serve us for a certain amount of time.
it's
And then
true.
it's time to move on because we've grown. I like to think we've grown beyond it.
hmm I always think you learn and you grow.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's always learning, always learning.
Right.
I don't believe it when people say, well, they failed at something. To me, there's no such thing as failure. You learn from different things. Some are harder than others, but it's a learning to get through things.
Right. And
Always take something from it.
yes, there's always a lesson.
Yeah.
Yes. And, from someone who has done a lot, lived in different countries, I've done a lot of different sports, anything from rock climbing and ice climbing to sailboat racing. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, not every day is a good day. Some
No.
days you break an arm, and some days you win the race, and you
hmm
just keep going on, right? You just
Yeah.
keep going on and learn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Pat, you had heard about this company before they even opened their doors in Canada. Is that correct?
That's correct.
How did you hear about them?
Well, I was still out trying to do a bit of networking to see if I could get anything going on this real estate, but it wasn't happening. And just met a gentleman, and he introduced me to an ABC primetime investigation report. It's a video on Dr. McCord, the scientist behind what our company is. And I thought, well, I'm going to have a look at this and see what it's all about. So I thought, if you don't look at it, how do you know to say yes or no? So I looked at it and I thought, well, this looks pretty interesting to me. So that sort of made my decision. I'm not going to do the real estate anymore because it was basically taking my health along with my emotional and my physical being. So I thought, well, I'm going to try something different. So that's why I just thought, well, I'm going to see what this is all about, and that's what I chose to do.
And you found that this new company that was coming was more in line with your being, I guess.
Yeah, I think yes, because I've always been an advocate on health because I really believe, even before my breast cancer stuff, I went through a lot of stuff in my life, but I've always believed that your health is your number one priority. Because if you don't have your health, you can't accomplish and do other things in the world with your family, friends, or whatever, and do better things in the world. So it's always been part of me. And so I thought, well, this really is it aligns with what my purpose and mission is.
Hmm.
So I'm just going to see what happens with this. That's so I made up my mind.
It was the
Yeah.
beginning of a new adventure.
Yeah. Why not?
Well, that does take some courage, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. 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 But in my 74 years of on this journey in my life up here, I've been through a lot of journeys. But I really believe going through a lot of different things like we all do in life. Life is it's up and down, up and down. But from all these things people go through, I really believe you learn more inside yourself what you need to do to make yourself a better person so you can help more people.
Right. And
It's just it's
sometimes, I mean,
yeah,
sometimes that doesn't come around for many
no,
years.
yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, part of life and part of the journey is to figuring out what your journey should be.
yeah, that's true. I think you got to really it's not easy. I think really thinking, well, what do I want? What's my legacy? What do I want
Mm.
people to think of me after? What have I done to make mankind better? Just, I don't know, it was just part of me. And I thought, well, this is just what I want.
And that's what you found. So how was it in the beginning when the company was brand new?
It wasn't easy because at that time when I joined 10 years ago already, I can't believe it, 10 years, we only had two products in Canada. Like,
Hmm.
of course, it started in the States and we're global now.
Right.
So we only had two products to deal with. But I knew it was the right thing. But what is really easy? They're really,
Yeah. Well, sometimes things do come easy and
yeah,
sometimes they don't. So,
yeah.
so in
That's
the
true.
beginning, you were starting with this new company, and
Yeah.
what was your activity? What did you do to grow your business?
Well, at that time, it was that, well, gee, that was a while, 10 years ago. So it was even before the COVID thing and all that. We did a lot of Zoom meetings too. And I used to do a lot of conventions because then we
Con-
went to conventions. And I learned a lot of things through the doctors. We have doctors on board with us too. Always be learning, always be learning. And the more I learned about the company and what it means and all about their health and about the compensate, it's a whole package. But the more you learn, the more you get more belief that what you're doing is right.
Hmm. So it
Hmm.
really was in alignment with who you
Yes,
wanted to be.
yes, very much so.
Okay.
Hmm.
And what is the driving force behind this company? What do they do?
What a life advantage is, of course, is wellness, health, of course. But we are different than there's a lot of good health companies. There is a lot of good products out there, but we are different because we're not a supplement, we're not a vitamin. We activate the cells, we activate the body, and we got all these pathways in our body. I don't want to get it too complicated, but and then what we want to do is we want to reduce the oxidative stress, which we used to call free radicals, the same thing. It's like when you cut an apple in two, and if you leave it sitting outside, it's going to go brown.
Yeah.
It's oxidation of the apple. Well, our cells are doing the same thing within our body. And the cleaner you can keep them better, you can keep them working better. Like oxidative stress causes just about every disease there is. Because if you even go to pubmed.gov, which is US Library of Medicine, Right now, we've got 31 peer-reviewed medical studies on this product. So it's wonderful stuff, and it's activation. It's making the body function and work better. It'll do what it wants to do if you give it the right, not giving it a supplement. Actually activate the cells.
You're activating the cell. So you're activating the body can heal itself kind of
Mm-hmm,
thing.
mm-hmm. Well,
Okay.
it helps it work and function better.
Okay.
It's like when you take your car in for an oil change. If you don't ever take an oil change, it's going to fall down the side of the road. You got to have an oil change once in a while. So,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. So it's maintaining and helping the body function better.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds very important for more energy,
Hmm.
get your brain functioning better. Your brain is it's a machine. It needs oxygen. It needs other chemicals. It needs
Hmm.
and your whole body is like that. Every system in your body is like that, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, it's quite amazing. And a couple of years back, I had to go see a friend of mine. She's a naturopath doctor, and she's lovely. And so she had to draw my blood at one point for some test she was doing. And she come back to me and she said, I wish I would have seen this machine because she put this my blood in a machine. And she come back to me and she said, Pat, I've got to tell you, you've got blood of a 30-year-old. My blood was showing good. So I thought, well, that's pretty cool. Like now I'm 74. I was 72 then. I thought, I kind of like this. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Well, you are certainly a vibrant person. I can see that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I see that. So
Yeah.
what are you doing today? Do you have any, I mean, what are you doing? Do you have any new projects? Do you have any new exciting things going on?
Well, I'm talking to you right now. I think
That
that's
is the
pretty good.
best answer in 90 episodes. That's the best answer.
Well, I think it is.
Oh, great. So now on your background, I can see I don't want to call them vitamins or supplements. I don't know what to call them, but they look like something you would ingest.
They do. You got to get them in your body somehow.
You got to
And
get them in
yes,
your,
they do look like a pill. They are.
okay.
But that's our protandim. It's an NRF2. We have pathways in our body, and that's one of the pathways. And that's just one of the products. And the other one is our liquid gold collagen. Oh, that stuff is just amazing. We've only launched that a year ago.
Hmm.
And it's been had such good response to that because there is a lot of collagen out there, but not all collagens are made the same at all.
Sure. Sure.
No, they're not. This is liquid and it's marine based and it's got 10 peptides. I didn't even know what a peptide was,
I've heard
but
of
it's all
them.
different. It's all different types of collagens within your body.
Okay.
And what our collagen does, of course, is an activator again. It activates, maintains the collagen you already have, and replenishes the collagen you've lost.
Okay.
So
Now, is that a topical or do you
no,
ingest that?
you drink, you
You,
ingest it, you drink it. It's a 1.7 ounces. That's my little morning wake upper, even before coffee.
1.7 ounces. That's
But
about a shot of tequila's worth, a
oh,
healthy
about
shot of
that, yeah,
tequila. Yeah.
yeah, about
Although
that.
I wouldn't drink the tequila in the morning.
No, I don't think that's a good plan.
I'm
No,
sure the liquid collagen is much better for you.
that's much better. Yeah, yeah.
Very good. Very good. So on the other side, now, if you're watching the video, you see this. If you're listening to the podcast and just in
Yeah.
audio mode only, I see a red refrigerator.
Oh, yes.
Why? If I might ask.
Why? Yeah, this is quite interesting. When I started doing these Zoom meetings, and of course, not many people have red fridges, right? And I never even thought of it. I used to have my computer on the other side of my kitchen table. Then I thought, well, I got more room over here. So I moved the computer around. And of course, I didn't have the backdrop then. And everybody's seen this red fridge sitting there. So that was the ongoing saga. Here comes the red fridge. This red fridge has traveled all over the world with me. That's pretty cute getting that through security.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
So
great.
it's kind of fun. It's kind of an ongoing little joke once in a while.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to be in. I feel like I'm in the inner circle now. I know the
Well, you're in
joke.
this. Yeah, you're in now. That's it.
Well, great, great. Pat, we have come to the moment
Yes.
in our conversation here of the
Mhm.
lightning round.
Oh boy.
So I have a few questions for you, and I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you to answer them quickly. because that's
Okay.
what lightning is about. Okay, ready? Are you
Yep.
ready?
Yep.
How has your entrepreneurial journey transformed you?
Oh boy, big time. I just feel like I've got a mission now. I've got I've got a purpose more than I've ever had in my life. It's a
Oh, wow.
purpose. It's
Yeah.
it's a meaning.
Also, very good answer. Very good answer. What most surprised you as a business owner?
Most surprised me. Well, a lot of things. Well, it's just different people and stuff you're dealing with. Everybody's different type of people in that. Some like me, I like to know what's going on. Maybe I'm just nosy or something, but I need to know because if you don't look at what it is, how can you say yes or how can you say no? So I'm very, very open-minded, but I find there's a lot of people, maybe they're just afraid or whatever. This what life happens, right? But I want to help a lot of people, but some people don't want to listen.
Oh, wow.
But they're closed-minded. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just where they're at that time.
Right. And that's their particular
Yeah,
journey.
sure it
And
is.
you just can't
Mm-hmm.
help them at this time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What unexpected challenge have you had to overcome?
In which journey, the real estate or this one?
Let's go with the current one.
Oh, okay, challenge. Well, I guess the same thing. I want to help more and more people, and the more and more people I can help, the more and they can help me too. We can work together as a team because I believe we need to get this gift. I feel I have a gift to offer the world with our company and what we have to help people with their health. And the more people you can work together as a team, the more you can get out to help more and more people. It's just serving more people.
Yes. Yes. And we spoke about valleys and mountaintops. It's hard to
Yeah,
help someone when you're in the valley of life. Um,
it is. It is because I've been down there. That's why I can relate so much with where people are because I've been down there. So I can relate a lot. So there's no right or wrong to anybody's feelings. It's
right.
just where they're at the point at the time.
Perfect. Love that. Okay. What book has made a big impact on you and who would you recommend it to?
That's easy for me. Think and Grow Rich with Napoleon Hill. I've had, yeah, I've got the original book I've had for years, and it's so old. I've got an elastic band around it, and all the pages are yellow, but I can't throw it away.
Sounds like my copy. And
Oh,
that's good
yeah.
for anyone. I'll jump in there. That is good for anyone who is
Hmm.
interested in self-development.
Oh, big time. I mean, Napoleon Hill, that he wrote that in 1937.
Yeah, that's
It's
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
And he brought another book out same time, but they didn't release it to 2011. It was called Outwitting the Devil.
Hmm.
And it's quite an interesting book too.
Yeah,
But it's all personal development. And the better we can be ourselves, the more we can serve and help people.
exactly. Perfect. What advice would you give to an inspiring entrepreneur in your industry?
Dream bigger, faster.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. Pat, this has been a great conversation. Do you have
Uh-huh.
anything? If someone wants more Pat Little, where can
Yeah.
they go? What can they do?
Oh, sure. Well, first of all, I'd like to offer anybody that wants it. I've got an ebook that I just done up, which I'm very proud of. And it's called
Congratulations.
Six Myths Revealed on Wellness. And it's a PDF file, so I could easily email it to anybody that wants it. And you could just get in touch with me with Pat Little 555 at gmail.com and just say that you'd like to have this, please. And I'll certainly email it out to you right away. It's just my gift to you. And if you have any questions, you want to talk to me one on one, I'm always here for anybody. I'm always here to listen. I could listening ear. The more we can listen and help each other, the better we are.
Super. And I will have that information in the show notes. So if you
Oh,
like to
thank you.
listen, if you like to read the show notes, that information will be there. If you don't read the show notes,
Okay.
you find Pat Little. Let me see if I get this right. Pat Little 555 at gmail.com.
You got it.
All right.
And
That's easy.
I'm also on Facebook and I'm also on LinkedIn.
We'll have that connection information in the show notes.
Hmm.
Very good. And as last words for our listeners,
Yes.
Pat, is there
Yes.
anything you'd like to leave them with before we say goodbye?
Yeah. I've been down, as you all know by now, if you've listened to all this, very low. But you know what? There is hope. Hope really is there. It's helping other people, HOPE, help other people evolve. I love that.
That's
I
great.
think that isn't that neat? I
Yes.
really like that because it's so real.
Hmm.
It's so real. It just give a listening ear to people. Don't you hear what people are saying to you? The more you listen, that's why God gave us two ears and one mouth.
Yes, very true, very true. Well, great. This has been a wonderful conversation, Pat. Thank you for your time here.
Well, thank you, Joe, and thank you very much for having me as one of your guests because I know you're a very, very, very busy podcaster. So I felt quite privileged to get on your guest.
Well, my pleasure. You are an inspiration.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye now.
Bye bye.
Thank you for listening to Entrepreneur Journeys. Remember to subscribe so you catch all the episodes and check out the show notes for any free giveaways or gifts that were mentioned during this show. Entrepreneur Journeys is brought to you by Epexible, providing the insights, tools, and transformative structures to help you reach your business summit. I'm your show host, Joe Matz, and until next time, I hope your journey is filled with breathtaking views and successful outcomes.